We booked 2 nights at the Tunnel Mountain Trailer Court Campground in the city of Banff, which is located within Banff National Park in Alberta, Canada. The campsite had full hookups and an excellent view. If we ever return to Banff in the future, we would book this campground for a much longer time period. We visited the city of Banff all the days that we camped in the national park. The city is majestically surrounded by mountains and had a great vibe about it. We walked around town visiting the local restaurants, parks, and museums. In particular, we visited the Buffalo Nations Lucky Museum, the Banff National Park Visitor Center, and the Banff Park Museum. For the full day staying in Banff, we got up early and drove the 50 minutes to Lake Louise. We had to get there early to get a parking spot before the large crowd showed up. We arrived at 6:30 a.m., well before the crowds, and got some pristine pictures. After enjoying the morning at Lake Louise, we hiked up to Lake Agnes, but when we returned to Lake Louise, the lake had a whole different look. Compare the 2 pictures from the same vantage point, one in the morning and the other in the afternoon. From Lake Louise, we hiked the Lake Agnes Trail, which is approximately 7.4 kilometers or 5.4 miles round trip. The trail was always going up and only got a bit rocky towards the top. The nice thing about showing up early was that there were not many people on the trail. We passed by Mirror Lake on the trail up to Lake Agnes in the morning. This lake lived up to its namesake. As we approached Lake Agnes, there was a cool waterfall and some local wildlife. Just before reaching the lake, we got our first sight of the tea house. The tea house at Lake Agnes has no electricity, and most of their daily supplies is brought up by the staff when they hike up in the morning. Some supplies are helicoptered in once a year. We were able to be seated as soon as we got there and ordered some food, tea, and hot chocolate. By the time we were done eating, there was a large line up waiting to be seated. Similar to the earlier lakes, Lake Agnes changed colors with time. We took pictures from our arrival and departures from Lake Agnes, with only the time spent in the tea house separating them. We left shortly after, taking a different route down to Mirror Lake, and we were rewarded some beautiful views of the mountains. According to all trails, our hike was just over 2.5 hours. We did take extra time to take pictures, videos, and have some refreshments at the tea house. The elevation gain was nearly 1,700 feet. We definitely recommend this hike, but if you don't want to do the large elevation gain, then we would recommend the hike that goes around the lake.
Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoyed our content and want to see more, please give the video a like. Also, please consider subscribing to this channel and visiting us on Instagram.